Hey there guys. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I did tell you that today's video was going to take a slightly different turn. And the reason for this is because in between me posting the vlog, which I've just done, and now I had a look on my phone onto the Facebook newsfeed, and I unfortunately discovered that one of my friends who was from the eating disorder unit that I was at last year, he's unfortunately passed away. And I wasn't really going to talk about this to you guys because, these sort of things should be kept quite private, but I feel that so long as I don't mention any names, privacy can be maintained. And the reason why I decided to mention this is because this is the second person that I was in treatment with who has died this week from an eating disorder. And it really, really sent me into a bit of a shock because, I think 3 people I've known so far from, the eating disorder units that I've been at have passed away, but that's been separated by months, if not years. But to have 2 people die in the same week is quite a shock. And I guess the point of this video that I want to talk to you guys about is just don't give up. Don't give up hope. Things can get really bad, and things got really bad for me. I was in a really, really bad place at some points. I was alone most of the time. I'd obviously lost a lot of weight, and things obviously felt extremely hopeless. I was losing interest in all the things that I previously loved doing. I was depressed all of the time. But inside, I knew that there was a life worth living. And the proof of this was really twofold. One, I knew what my life was like before the eating disorder. There was a life there. I was smiling and I was having a good time. Those are the sort of things that I could look forward to if I just continued on to try and beat the eating disorder. And the other proof that there is a life outside of eating disorders is the fact that my friends have lives. Everyone around me, my family, that all of these people, I know that these people can get up to things outside of school, outside of stress. And it just takes a moment for me to look at it. And rather than be envious about it, because that's not what I've got at the moment, I was using it as a sort of a pedestal to try and reach. And that was something that I was really trying to reach during recovery. So if you can just focus on those 2 kinds of things, I'm sure that there are other things that you can focus on, but those are 2 things that really did help me. And they pulled me out of a really dark place. I was never acutely suicidal, but there were times where I thought, is life really worth living? And I guess I just looked on that and said, yes, life is worth living. I also made a previous video about how having a role model was important for me, which I'll link to you up there. And the role model for me in this case was Lewis Hamilton. And again, if I ever felt down or I felt that things were getting all too much, or I thought, am I going to be able to deal with these challenges? I just thought, this guy has really come far in his life, and he's really worked hard to get where he is today. If I can continue to work hard, I may not be able to become a multi-millionaire that he is, but I can certainly get to a life that is worth living. And I guess, again, it just sort of hits home the fact that having a role model can be helpful. It doesn't have to be someone famous. I know people who have their parents as role models. My dad has played a big role in my life, and he is one of my role models, for sure. If you are in that dark place and you want someone to talk to, please just let me know. And it doesn't have to be in the comments section. It can be via Facebook. I've told you, feel free to add me, send me messages. It can be via the Twitter direct messages. If you follow me, I will follow you back so that we can have these conversations. And I'm more than happy to try and help you in any way that I can. I'm also going to link a few websites that I know can help you if you are feeling down, and I'll put that into the description box below as well. There are also going to be some hotlines that you can call, and on the other end of those hotlines are people who can help you. Also, don't underestimate the power of your local GP. That your GP can do wonders. If you just want someone to talk to, your GP can be there for you. I've been working in GPs, and I've seen people who have come just to chat to their GP, and even though they might be doing fine, they just felt as though they needed someone to talk to because life was getting all too much, and they didn't feel that there was someone in their life that they could be open to. And of course, the GP is 100% confidential, so the GP is there for you. I will get round to making the beating anxiety video that I plan to do this week for next week, but for now, thanks for watching.